Welcome to the Night Mode edition of the Mark Jackson Show. I'm Mark Jackson. We're on the Come and Talk to Me network. This is my dynamic co-host, Blue. We are back like we never left, Blue. We're back, baby.
We back. What's up, Pops? What's going on?
It's NBA Finals time, and it's fun for us because we got a lot of brand new content. We're back with new energy and excited about what we have moving forward. Why don't you tell the folks what we have?
First off, we can't come back and not explain where we've been at. Y'all think it's a joke. I get the messages. Y'all asking what's going on and everything. All right, Blue, I'm seeing the DMs. I had to go to Cancun. Y'all don't see everybody going home. I'm in talks with Carnival, Norwegian. I was in talks with Disney, but somebody got. We're not gonna talk about that. but all jokes aside, man, we've been missing y'all, and it's been some things that we have going on behind the scenes. A few big interviews that we've been recording and lined up for y'all. So we just excited to be back. And we ain't pull no Houdinis. We ain't go to Cancun for long. We back, y'all. We back. So we excited. Anyways, Pops, you got anything to say to the people? I'm gonna give you a chance to show some love because you came back. You ever see somebody you ain't seen in a long time and they just don't give you the reaction that you expecting? The way you came in the room, it wasn't like, yo, it was just like, what's up, y'all? I'm back. Like, what's going on?
You mean like me after a playoff series or coming home after a road trip when you just like, hey, Dad, I'm like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Put the remote down for a minute. Show me some love. I've been there before, so I'm just giving them a little bit of what I've been receiving for, plenty of years now.
Okay. All right. Is that
But were you part of the welcoming committee in Cancun when all those teams flew in?
Oh, the welcoming committee. I am the welcoming committee. I come right up. I'm right as soon as you walk out. You know Hawaii, they throw the little joints on you. I'm standing right outside. I'm like, yo, I got y'all, man. Come on, we go straight to the all aboard. We out of here, man.
but I do want to say one thing. The fans with the comments, missing the show, missing everything about it. We appreciate the love, the support. We are back. Moving on to bigger, better things, and a lot of surprise guests in the wings waiting, and it's going to be a great time for the Mark Jackson Show. So thank you so much for your love and support.
Yeah, man. Pops. Real quick, you felt like this tonight? You came back with the olive green. Is that essential? What is this?
No, it's not
Great
olive
choice.
Green. It's not olive
Great
green.
Choice.
It's in the brown tan family. So leave me alone.
Great choice. I gotta commend you. You looking good on the comeback. The line looking crispy. Welcome back, Pops. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Blue.
All right, Pops. So we got game 1 of the NBA Finals, the Celtics and Mavs. This is just like you predicted, right?
Crazy. I didn't predict it from the jump, the season, but once the playoffs started, I did say the Boston Celtics were the favorite, and I picked them coming out the East. And I did pick the Dallas Mavericks. I'm not surprised. I thought it was a pretty big statement by them all throughout the postseason. It's going to be an exciting NBA Finals and with a lot of great individual talent and two teams that are clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm shocked at how, since the last time we've spoken, the landscape has totally changed. My Aunt Edwards, Michael Jordan comparisons aged like fine milk. And it looks bad right now.
Did you say fine? You can't be disrespectful to Ant-Man, man. You can't say fine milk.
I'm disrespecting. It was my take. Ant-Man played great. I'm saying my take compared him to Jordan. It ain't aged well. Ant-Man is still good. Matter of fact, though, Pops, you see Cam dropping diss records to Ant-Man on the page. I don't know where we standing, man. I got to talk to Cam because if Cam say we not really rocking with Ant-Man, it is what it is. We part of the family. I can't really,
No. I'm not getting down like that. I mean, Cam's family, and shout out Cam and Mace, but because you cut somebody off don't mean unless it's some serious stuff. I'm not going to cut anybody off, and I got a lot of respect and love for him. Let grown men take care of grown man business.
I got to talk to Mussolini, man. I got to talk to Mussolini. Because once you in, there's only way out. There's only one way, Pops. What are you talking about? The people was looking for us. We here. We comfortable. We feeling good. What's up?
No. Going back and replaying it in my mind, Cam said he got no beef with Anthony Edwards. He's got love and respect for him. So why should I hate on him? I got love and respect for both of them and all of them. And nothing but a good old-fashioned sport. Excellent freestyle. Salute. And legends just disagreeing. You got a national
bars.
campaign. You got a shout out on the national campaign. It's nothing but love.
Yeah, nah, it's bars. Everything is love. Love is love. Only person that caught it straight was me. I shot it straight at myself. Dang, I'm not, I'm just saying though. If we got to pick a side, I was rolling with Cam Mace before I was rolling with Airman. So as much as Airman is one of my favorite players, if this is the style we standing on, I'm going down with the show, baby. We on the right side, man. Now you stay on your side and let me pick my side, and you don't get into anything.
Now, I got one thing to say though. When did it become so fashionable that so many people are picking the Dallas Mavericks? I mean, I do remember going out on a ledge by myself when I stated it well over a month ago. Now all of a sudden, Dallas Mavericks have a legitimate chance, and there's a good amount of people picking them.
No, definitely, Pops. I gotta say, you were definitely one of the first people to be on Luka and these Mavs saying that they have a shot at winning this championship. You even told me in personal time that was your pick to win the championship. And
I even took heat from you and our incredible producer, Jeff Anderson, when they lost the game to Oklahoma City. You guys were trash talking, swagged all out, checking me on the show. And now I'm sitting there representing the Mavs as the Western Conference champs in the NBA Finals.
My gosh. Are you serious? Now I got to do this for you, for Jeff. Because you also said that when the OKC Thunder beat the Mavs in that one game, we'll look back, and this was the moment they arrived. Them boys was in Cancun. They arrived on the sand and a beach. That's about it.
No. I didn't say arrived winning the series, but you win a playoff game as a young, inexperienced basketball team, it does take you to another level. They become a better basketball team because they experience success in the postseason against a team that's playing in NBA Finals.
All right, so you just cover every base. You win no matter what. I get it. You nice, Pops. You nice. All right, now going back to this finals, man. We've been waiting for this. This is a big moment. Let's start off with the Celtics. What are the keys for this team?
Well, the key to me is having Porzingis back. If he's going to be back, it looks like he's going to be back. They were talking about him playing in the Indiana series with at least 10 days removed from it. So you anticipate him being back. As a coach, as a player, how do you fit him in to the NBA Finals? Do you start him? Do you minimize his minutes? Do you put him on a minutes restriction? I don't know. How much has he been practicing? So you got to make sure you're delicate in how you present him back to the basketball team and fit him back in. He's a dynamic piece, a rim protector, a guy that can add post-up play. It's a mismatch problem. You put him in the middle of the floor, a guy that can play pick and pop situations, a guy that can also stretch the three-point line. So you want to fit him in, and it'll be interesting to see because I understand the rim protection element that he adds to the Boston Celtics. But if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, even though he's a presence defensively, he fits right into the mode of put him in two-man games, whether you're Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving. Make them defend a two-man game. Make him defend shooters. Make him defend the craftiness of those dynamic guards and see if he's really at 100%. So how they fit him in, how the time off of the Celtics have affected them starting into this a long time being off until the finals started. I expect it to be a long series filled with dynamic play. When you talk about Tatum and Brown, and that's an incredible supporting cast of the Boston Celtics, they have to be the favorites. But it's going to be a dynamic series.
Yes, I agree with everything you said. But to narrow it down, to me, this all comes down to whether Jason Tatum is the Jason Tatum that we believe he is, or if he hasn't arrived to the party yet. Because if we see Jason Tatum play superstar, Kobe-esque, aggressive, then I believe that the Celtics have what it takes to win the championship. But if we see what we've seen at times where Jason Tatum takes a back seat to even great players like Jaylen Brown, but I think that if that's the case, we'll see the Mavericks win. Only simply because Luka and Kyrie, I believe, will step up in that type of way and put that pressure on the superstars of the Boston Celtics. Speaking of that, I don't know if you have a comment for that, but maybe give us some insights of what the Mavs can do to win.
To me, the key to the Mavs is going to be defensively, making the Boston Celtics uncomfortable. They put so much pressure on you by playing with pace, by spreading the floor, by utilizing the three-point shot all 5 guys on the floor. They have to be committed to defending not just Tatum and Brown, but the shooters around that perimeter when they drive and kick, when they play out of pick and roll situations, find spot up shooters. You got to make them uncomfortable. And to me, you gotta play with the same type of pace you've been playing with. If I'm playing the Celtics, I'm not trying to slow it down and grind away a victory. I'm going to be true to who I am as far as the Dallas Mavericks are concerned. I think Luka is he's put it this way. He's an all-time great basketball player. All-time great. I've been saying it for quite a while now. He is legendary. He's been a pro since he's been 13 years old. They've tried everything in every way to try to slow him down, whether it be double teams, triple teams, boxing ones, beat him up, use a quicker, smaller guy. It doesn't matter. He's seen it all, and he has responded to it all. And I will say this. You have 2 of the greatest scorers that backcourts have ever been represented in history, in Luka and Kyrie. You have 2 of the greatest defenders in the backcourt that we've seen in Drew Holiday and Derek White. How do they respond? Who wins that battle? Then you have at least 4 guys you can put on Luka when you add Tatum and Brown. I don't believe that they will have the type of effect that people believe because Tyrese Halliburton didn't struggle. Nembhard didn't struggle. Whoever they faced, and Patrick Beverley had a good day against him. So I expect, and that's not disrespectful, Patrick Beverley's not a scorer, but you can present problems offensively against the Celtic team. I think spreading the floor, putting pressure in them, pick and roll situation, getting the ideal matchups that you like. I'm going to pick the Dallas Mavericks to win this series. And I think it's going to be a great series, but I'm going to pick the Dallas Mavericks because they're clicking on all cylinders. They got to make sure they defend at a high level. The role players have got to be ready, locked and loaded to take and make big-time shots. It's going to be a long series, but I'm picking the Dallas Mavericks in an upset to be NBA champs. And I got to say this. Give credit to Joe Mazzulla and give credit to Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd has done an outstanding job. It wasn't long ago people questioning his leadership, his coaching ability. He's hit it out the park. Somehow where Kyrie Irving didn't work other places, the leadership and Nico Harrison, the shot caller for the Dallas Mavericks, and Jason Kidd and ownership with the Dallas Mavericks, they've done a great job of being a family with Kyrie Irving, embracing him and challenging him, holding him accountable, and give him credit. He has responded with, he said it himself, growing, maturing, handling things a little differently. And as a East Coast guy, as a New York guy, as a New Jersey guy, I'm proud of him. As a friend to his godfather and former teammate of his dad's, I salute Kyrie Irving in the way he has grown, matured, and developed, and the way he's conducting himself today. So I think it's going to be a wonderful series and exciting for fans to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. I think I'm with you. I'm going to go with the Mavericks simply because in this break that we've taken, I've seen the Celtics more and more up close, and they are giving me shades of that Hedo Turkoglu magic where it's live by the 3, die by the 3. And they have great players, but on any given night, if Jason Tatum isn't going to put that type of pressure on the other team and Jaylen Brown is not going to put that type of pressure on the team, I think you're going up against 2 bona fide stars that are going to bring it and are prepared to put that aggression on a night-to-night basis. I believe that this goes 6 or 7 games, but I do think that Luka and Kyrie end up being too much. And along with the other players, this Mavericks team had great additions throughout the season. So from top to bottom, where there was a gap between these teams maybe in the beginning of the season, I think the Mavericks have caught up and honestly surpassed them at this point.
And people underestimate. I've listened to shows and talk about the great depth of the Boston Celtics and how they utilize that bench and spectacular play. I don't see an advantage either way. I think both teams have great versatility and great depth. Now, whether you choose to go to it if you're Jason Kidd or not, but you think about it. He went to Hardy that wasn't playing all along and sat Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, they have players that can impact. Josh Green plays spectacular. They have players that can come in and impact, and then you get Derek Lively back healthy and whole like you did in the previous game. You get the depth and the versatility they have off that bench and the options that both teams have is going to be a great chess match when you talk about Joe Mazzulla and Jason Kidd and the options that they have to call on.
All right, Pops. All right. So you picked them to win the series. Mavericks, right?
Yeah, who did you pick?
I picked the Mavericks. I'm with you. Unless you want me to go with the Celtics. I got a Celtics jersey. What you want?
Oh, I'm sure that if they wind up winning, you will pull out the Celtic jersey conveniently. But no, it doesn't matter. I'm just picking them because it doesn't matter to me who wins. I just, as a so-called expert, I'm picking the team that I think has the advantages and the team that I think will ultimately win it all.
I feel that. All right, Pops. I apologize for this, but I waited until this moment. I got to talk to my ladies real quick. What y'all doing to Caitlin Clark, man? Pops. Why they doing this to Caitlin? I'm watching the highlights. Caitlin getting choke slam thrown to the side. Is it too much, or is this normal for a rookie? I'm watching the WNBA, and they competing. They really competing, I must say.
It's pro basketball. They're competing. You want to roll out the red carpet and invite her in? Guess what? A week and a half ago, or whatever it was, Angel Reese got slammed down to the floor. Nobody was overreacting. It's basketball. And guess what? Angel Reese stood at the podium and said, I expect it. AT is my friend. I expect her to battle and compete and fight and scratch and claw and be physical. And I got nothing but respect. It's part of the game. Michael Jordan had the Jordan rules. He was getting hammered. You were fined as an opponent if you allowed him to fly through the air with his tongue out. You hammered him, you hit him. Kobe Bryant hammered and hit. Steph Curry, even though the rules are different today where you can't beat a guy up, you better believe he comes off that floppy action, somebody's trying to hit him. So you name the great players, the all-time greats, you have to have a solution to try to beat them up, make them uncomfortable. And Caitlin Clark is no exception to the rule. She's an all-time great. And I see people saying she's struggling early on. She has had the greatest start in the history of the WNBA when you look at her numbers across the board. She's going to be just fine. And I will say this. I saw my guy, Matt Barnes, talk about challenging Indiana Fever's teammates of Caitlin Clark to be an enforcer. Somebody's got to react and respond. And I agree 100%. And I will go so far as the coach got to be better, general manager putting pressure on the league and the rest of the league to protect her superstar player. And if you're the Indiana Fever, what you did when Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers were being beaten up, you went and signed James Johnson. You went and signed James Johnson, not to play, but just in case something break off. And he did his job by being an enforcer. Find you a James Johnson in the women's version to handle the dirty work and send a message that this is not going to be tolerated. And if y'all want to go down that road, we'll go down that road. But we're going to let our star be our star. So I challenge them to do exactly that. But it's a beautiful sport. And it's a fine time that shows all around the country, podcasts and TV shows and all of that, and the ratings and all. It's a fine time to be celebrated. Nobody need all this nonsense. Let's salute these ladies and say, keep on doing what you're doing. But you're going to get hit. If I was playing, you're going to get hit. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, you ready to go get an enforcer. You ready to go find the enforcer. I feel it, though. They do. It bothers me. What's up?
I can remember I was coaching the Warriors, and we were playing the Houston Rockets, and James Harden and all of those guys shooting all sorts of threes, and they was on fire, going for the record of knocking down threes in a single game. And the game was out of hand. We had a bad day. We were down by 20, and they still jacking up threes late in the fourth. I pulled everybody over. Next guy turned down a layup and take a three, try to show us up. Gonna put them down. Send a message. We're fine with losing, but you're not going to embarrass us and disrespect us. And I think sometimes, and guess what? The opposing team knew it. That's just the way that the game was being played. Understood. We got out of there. They didn't get the record, and we moved on. Sometimes you got to be willing to say enough is enough, and we're going to do whatever it takes to deliver the message and message received.
I feel that. You're so a loser on the low. Why you didn't let them you didn't want who shot that free throw? Was it Boban earlier in the season? You ain't want him to get the 100. He missed the free throw on purpose. It wasn't fun for you. You a stickler, man. You love some rules. Dang.
No, I love following the rules.
Huh?
I love following the rules, obeying the rules. I love discipline.
I know. I'm your son. I know. Trust me. Look at you getting closer to the camera. I'm disciplined. Relax. Back up, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So, as y'all probably see in the title, we have something special for y'all coming. An all-time great NYC point guard, Kenny Anderson. An interview with the great Kenny Anderson is coming. It's here. Pops, go ahead and speak a little bit about it, what's coming up and what's going on next for the show.
No, that's a wrap for this episode of the Night Mode edition of the Mark Jackson Show with my guy, Blue. We will continue to, after every game in the NBA Finals, have a Night Mode edition. We'll have special guests during the course of the finals joining us via Zoom to present opportunities to break down what just took place and talk to some incredibly gifted, talented people across the different industries. And we do have the number one request since we started this show. We've locked in. The legend, Jeff Van Gundy, will be joining us real soon. So y'all get ready for that. My guy, family for life, somebody who I still can't believe is not calling NBA Finals games, but as we'll say that for another day. But I love him to death and so fortunate that he's agreed to come on the show. So we're looking forward to that. Right now, we have to acknowledge one we have in the tank, and that's with the legend, one of the greatest high school basketball players in the history of this world, and certainly standing next to the great Lou Alcindor, who we now know as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as the best in New York City has ever offered. Kenny Anderson, enjoy the episode. Salute, legend.
Welcome to another episode of the Mark Jackson Show on the Come and Talk to Me Network. You got the single shot of me because we got a special guest. But before we get to that, we got to thank our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy, for keeping the lights on. We appreciate y'all. Use that promo code or scan the QR code in the corner. It'll take you right to the site. Use the code MARK, M-A-R-K, and they are matching up to 100. Anyways, the legend is in the building. I'm not going to introduce. I'm going to let my Pops introduce. Come on, Pops.
Keeping it simple. 14-year NBA vet, NBA All-Star, New York City's finest. It's only 2 high school jerseys hanging up in the Hall of Fame. Lou Alcindor, that's known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar today, and right alongside of that is our next guest, the legend, Kenny Mr. Chibs Anderson.
Legend. Give it up, y'all. Legend.
I made it, man. I made it here. So I just wanted to come on the show.
Oh, your high school jersey is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Next to Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge, man. I no words to really talk about it. Archbishop Malloy High School, 4 years. I played as a freshman on a varsity team, and that was crazy because Coach Curran, he didn't let freshmen play. But I tried out, made the team, and he brought me in the office. He was like, "You're not starting. You made it, but you're not starting." So I was just so happy. I went home, told my mom, told my mentor, Vincent Smith, that I made the team. I was so excited. But I came off. I only played 3 quarters. 3 quarters that year.
Think about that.
Yep.
He's a 4-time Mr. Basketball in New York City, and he did not start and did not play the first quarters of the game.
Wow. How'd you feel about that?
I was thrilled. I was happy just by making the team. I really didn't care about playing and getting, and that's sort of how I was raised, through my mentor Vincent Smith, Coach Curran, about being selfish. I was not a selfish individual. I was just like, hey, made the team. How could I make the team better? That was my only thing I was going for, and we did. We won the city title my freshman year.
And sophomore year, right?
Yep, and sophomore year. I thought it was going to be a 4-peat, but junior year we lost it.
The funny thing to me is that's not really being selfish, saying, yo, I'm the best player on the team. I got to play in the first quarter. That's not really being – I understand and I appreciate the humility, but I got to play in the first quarter. I got to start the ball game.
Well, I didn't think like that. I just didn't, man. And when I went into the Malloy after seeing Kenny Smith,
Who?
Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith go through Malloy. I just saw it. And Coach Curry, he's a hard-nosed coach. So that was my mentality, just going in, work hard, don't say nothing, just get it done.
His high school coach, Jack Curran, is in that rare room of all-time great New York City basketball coaches. Just a heck of a coach and tremendous success.
Yeah, so much success. And I was telling you before the show, I remember 8th grade. I was going into my 9th grade. I saw Kenny Smith against shoot Mark Jackson at Laughlin High School playing Malloy. I was sitting there. It was packed, sold out. I remember that game. It was just awesome. And I believe Malloy won.
I don't think so.
I
don't think
Malloy
so.
won.
No, you would. You went to Malloy. You would believe it that way. Right? It's your story.
Yeah, but I believe I was just so excited to be in the mix, to have an opportunity to go to one of the 2 schools. I had Laughlin, Malloy, Christ the King. Those are the three schools I was thinking about going.
I get a call from him. He wants to come on the show. I'm thinking New York City, nothing but love. He wants to represent and show the OG some love and be part of the Mark Jackson show. Come to find out, check-in is at 3 o'clock, so he had time to burn. Do that time to burn. So he just fit us in.
There's a pit stop.
Nah, a little bit. It all worked out. That's why I called you. But no, man, it's awesome. Me and my father-in-law is here in LA visiting, for 4 days. And your show, you was like, 11:30 is the show. I was like, oh, check-in is not until 3. So I definitely could make the show, and I wanted to be on the show because I see you have a lot of great people coming, and I was like, I got to be on Mark's show.
Well, we appreciate the love and support, and nothing but respect from me personally watching you come after guys that I played with and played against and representing New York City and representing it well.
So I know there's a small age gap between you guys.
Small?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. The old head over there. But it's a big age gap. Matter of fact, stay young, Katie. Stay young.
No, I already know. I know. Kenny Pearl about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Older. That's.
All right.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I already know, but I won't say his age.
All right. So, anyways, I'm not gonna say small age gap. The age gap between y'all. Yeah. I want to know, when did y'all first meet?
I don't remember that, but he's from Queens, O'Connell Park. I'm from Left Rack City. So, I wanted to play basketball. So I was just thrilled with all the New York point guards. And his name always came up. Mark Jackson, Kenny Smith, Kenny Patterson, Rod Strickland, Pearl Washington. Kenny Hutchison. I just was like, wow. I was just amazed, and I just wanted to. And sometime when them guys played in summer leagues, I would go and sit on the ball and watch those guys, how they perform.
Citywide, Elm Call,
all those,
CYO League.
Yep.
You hear about this guy, but you hear about so many different guys in New York City. You're like, okay, just another one. But then when you see him, he was a kid playing with grown men, and actually separated himself from those grown men. So it was. He was incredible from the difference. Like, I was a guy that played well and continued to get better and better. 10 years old, he was special, and everybody in the neighborhood knew it. Yeah,
I was a prodigy, man. Thank God I was a prodigy, and I just had to. I got it early. I was 14 and on. Everybody was Kenny Anderson. So I remember going in the airport when you played with the Knicks. You, Rod Strickland, Patino, and I was in the airport or something. We was passing off, and it was like, yo, that's Kenny Anderson. These are pros talking about me. I'm like, wow.
He's sitting there like, I'll give you a ride to business. that New York City swag.
That's why I had that New York City swag. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the awesome thing is watching you develop, watching you get an opportunity, watching you embrace the bright lights. Even though you had it at 10 when it mattered most, you made all of New York City, not just Left Rack City or Queens, but all of New York City proud. Yeah,
thank you.
It's great to see you. You was coaching just recently, right, at Fisk University? Yeah,
Fisk University was awesome, man. I coached for 5 years, HBCU, NAIA. We had a great year this year, but just I saw something, I thought we can grow, but they just got rid of me. They fired me.
I've been there.
No. I resigned, and it was all in good faith, and nothing but love for Fisk University. I love my progression as a coach there. Made me see it, made me understand, and made me really want to get back into coaching. And I was there for 5 years, so it was just And this is something that I'm dealing with. Playing was awesome. I played, but coaching is a lot different, and I'm learning it. Coaching,
Right.
I'm learning it.
Obviously still want to coach?
Yes, I would like to coach. I would like to coach on a college level, to give back. I've always wanted to give back, and I want to give back to, like Coach Karen coached me in high school, Bobby Crimmins. Those are the two coaches, Coach Crimmins at Georgia Tech and Jack Karen, high school coach. They was coaches, man, coaches. And I want to give back to these young men that are trying to succeed on the basketball level, but in life in general.
The crazy thing is, knowing Coach Karen and Coach Crimmins, two brilliant basketball minds, but two totally different people. so it's interesting to see you say those are your two big influences. Talk about the impact that they had on your life.
Oh, the impact was huge. Now, I was young, so Coach Karen, at Archbishop Malloy High School, it was an all-boys school, Catholic school. It was no, academically, it was no, I was, every summer I went to summer school because I failed Spanish. I really didn't know Spanish, and I'm still trying to learn it. So I'm still trying to learn it. My wife is Spanish.
You got anything? Un poquito?
Muy bien.
You trying to flex on a little just now? Relax.
No, I'm still trying to learn it. Man, that's just.
Your wife is Spanish. You
hear my whole family.
Muy bien.
So it was rough, man. And I went to so I couldn't go to a lot of camps. So I had to go to summer school every year or leave Malloy, and I didn't want to do that. So, that was just tough on me. Coach Crimmins, this is just I got older. Getting into college, and Atlanta, I went down there. It really wasn't known, and then boom, we started winning, and that's when everything happened for me. As far as playing wise, academic, I was already set because of Malloy. You had to do your schoolwork in Malloy. You just wasn't playing, or you was going to get kicked out. So I just had, Atlanta was awesome. Back '89, I went to Georgia Tech to '91. It was just awesome.
And you was inspired to have good grades because, from what I understand, somebody paid your tuition and basically challenged you to withhold a B average.
Howie Lawrence, rest in peace. Now, he coached all the girls at Lost Battalion Hall, but he just found the love. Nothing to do with my mother, nothing. He just said, I want to just take care of the tuition for you. He paid for my tuition at Malloy High School. And he always wanted I had to keep a B average. And that Spanish kept coming up. Spanish kept coming up. I kept failing it. I was pissed off.
So your challenge wasn't any player, it was Spanish.
That was it. That was it, man. Spanish class, I just didn't. And then, I was joking more because every time we go into the class, everything switches. All Spanish. My name was Roberto.
How did you get Roberto as your name?
Dr. Ocean, that's my teacher. I don't know how he got Roberto. My name was Roberto.
So you answered to Roberto?
Yeah, I had to.
No, that's crazy.
It was all Roberto, crazy. So I was just like, what I'm saying? We had to.
What is going on? Roberto had 34 last night?
Yeah, that's what I would score. I'd have great games, come back in the Spanish class, they didn't care. It was tough. Spanish was always tough for me. One of them languages.
All right, now listen. Now you low-key got some PTSD when it comes to the Spanish class.
I lose it.
All right, I got to ask you because I hear you talking about you playing at a young age and then going into coaching.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of kids nowadays at a young age play, trying to emulate Steph Curry, trying to emulate these players shooting from a distance. What's your thoughts on the youth basketball right now?
It's changed a great deal. Everybody's just like Steph Curry. Everybody trying to shoot the three. The three ball is just huge right now in the game of basketball. But most of these kids are just not learning the right way to play basketball, and it's tough because they got fathers, mothers, mentors, and all that they've taken advice from, and some of the advice they're getting is just I believe it's wrong. You know, just got to compete, get better, and just play the right way.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's a lot of selfishness goes on. And, you know, it's just how you was raised and how you've been taught to play the game of basketball. But and then I always put it in to my form as life also, how you consider yourself growing as a player, as a human being, you know. And a lot of the kids just want to play basketball and maybe make it to the league. I don't know how you make it in the league. It's 450 jobs. Tons of millions of kids trying to make it, so it's really tough.
That's why it's so important.
Yeah,
to take care of your schoolwork also.
Yeah, it was very important. That's what I see, and even coaching. When I got back into coaching, I wanted to always coach on a college level, but I left Georgia Tech my sophomore year, so I had to get my degree. So I went back to St. Thomas University in Miami to get my degree, and organizational leadership. I got my degree and I was able to coach on a college level. So you definitely should go back to school, get your education, because you need something to fall back on. And this is what my mentor was telling me way before, you know. But I listened. I'm glad I listened. I was one of those kids. I was like a sponge, you know, listen. And then, you know, when I grew up in New York, it was great basketball players like Mark Jackson, Pearl Washington, Rod Strickland, Kenny. I used to just talk to him for hours. My mentor, hey, why are they making it? Why are they doing this? And we just used to have these talks, and he would say this, that, and the other, and I got it. So I grew from them, and I didn't shy away from it. And I was, you know, from the inner city, but Vincent, the Smith's family was my board. That's what I hung out with, because they lived right across the building, and I lived right there. But I just was brought up by my mother, so it was different. It was a different upbringing.
And shout out to Vincent Smith,
Yeah.
the great Vincent Smith, brother of Kenny Smith, who touched and impacted so many young basketball players in a positive way, propelling them to greatness, not just on the court, but off the court. Yeah,
definitely, man. Vince is a man. You know, I love him to death. You know, he was like a father to me. Just whatever he said, I did.
Shifting over to today's game, I got to ask you, just because of the level of point guard you are, who are your favorite point guards in today's game?
Oh, you know, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving is the number one. That's my number one point guard. He's incredible how he handles the basketball, how he shoots. He just, and they say, you know, he's like me, but I was like, man, get out of here. You know, he's awesome.
No,
So
when they talk about the great ball handlers of all time, talking about Kyrie, Isaiah, they mentioned Steph also. This guy doesn't get enough credit.
No, I don't get no credit.
Had it on a string, on an absolute string.
Yeah, I don't get no credit, but that's okay. I did well. I did well for my mother, you know, and I came from one parent home, so I just wanted to make it, and I did for 14 years in the NBA, college, high school. I just wanted to take care of my mother. So all the praises is good, but it is what it is.
But how about that? Your mom was a legend in Lefrak City.
Oh yeah,
loved you to death.
Yeah,
was as vocal as can be. Nobody can do anything wrong to her baby. Looked at. I mean, you talk about, for lack of a better term, hood love or family love or that was fun to watch, and she was an incredible mom and woman.
Oh yeah, definitely. My mom's, you know, we come from nothing, man. So I'm just blessed. You know, I was able to make it to the NBA and get a X amount of money and be able to bought my mother a beautiful home in Glen Cove, Long Island. She lived in it for 20 years, and whatever she wanted, she got it. You know, because she taught me. She was hard on me. You know, not basketball, just life in general. She was hard on me. She loved the Knicks. And that's why I give the Knicks a little bit of love. They're going through this playoff run because my family, I'm from New York, so all my whole family, they love the Knicks, but they would come watch me play because I played for New Jersey. They did take their shirts off and then run to New York. So it was kind of crazy, but I understood it. My whole family's from New York, so they Knick fans. So she's probably blessed right now, rolling over their graves, happy the Knicks is winning.
You better than me for understand that. I was playing for the Pacers, playing the Knicks in this playoffs, and I got family members rooting for the Knicks. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And then you gonna ask me for tickets? Come on, man. Come on, what are we doing?
That's what they do, man. But New Yorkers is New Yorkers.
Absolutely.
And you gotta love them, man. You gotta love them.
Speaking of Pacers, you was an Indiana Pacer for a minute also.
Yeah. I remember I played for Rick Carlisle, the Pacers. I remember when I went there and they gave out the jersey, the numbers, and I said I want 13. Why I wanted 13? Because Mark Jackson had 13.
My God.
So I wore your number, with the Pacers. And we should have won that year. Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Reggie Miller. We had a crew. Mm-hmm. We was cruising the whole. We was in first place, and then Detroit won it that year. They won the championship. So it was just I had a great time and with the Pacers, and it was great. It was great playing for them.
So I got to ask you, because I hear you talk about having the city on lock since you was in middle school.
Yeah.
So, for real, you did.
Yeah.
So I want to know if the NIL existed back then. What type of check was you getting?
I probably wouldn't be. I wouldn't have to play the NBA. My mama, we would have been straight. This NIL, I'm like looking at this money. I'm like, what the hell? Man,
how you feel about it?
No, I feel good about it for the kids. They got to get some type of money.
Yeah.
But I would say they have to put it in some account. They shouldn't give all their money straight up. They should put it in an account and where they can live off their money if they don't make it to the NFL or the NBA.
That makes sense.
It's just crazy how they spending their money in these cars, these jewelry. It's just bad. But I would have made 20 million, and I don't know. Back then, I probably would have been like in New York. I probably would have been off the chain.
Probably. He said probably.
I probably would have been off the chain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but now I think it's great. No, it's really great to give these guys making. Everybody loves watching these guys play. So definitely with the money, but how they carry themselves with the money is they got to learn. They got to learn.
That's kind of tough, man. I don't know. If I agree, are you just speaking from an OG standpoint saying they should put it in an account? Because seeing you at 21, 22, are you going to be okay with, take this 10 mil and put it in an account for me?
Yeah, I'm OG. From my mistakes.
Yeah.
From my mistakes,
All right,
that's what I have to do. But when you're young and you don't know better. So it's just rough. But I'm just talking about, when you get older, you start realizing what you should do and what you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you know that this guy, nicknamed Mr. Chibs or Chibs, did not know his real name until he got into kindergarten.
Till he got what?
Kindergarten.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's, you've been doing your research. That's what I was saying. Yeah, so
once you told me it was a late check-in, I knew I had to be ready.
Yeah, Mr. Chibs. My mother called me Mr. Chibs since I was born. When they bring you in the room, so she was eating it, and she said cheeks, and it came out Chibs. So I thought my name was Chibs. Everybody in New York, Queens, man, everybody called me Chibs. She would call me Mr. Chibs when I do something good, when I do well in school or something came apart. So she called me Mr. Chibs. So it was just very interesting. So I named my documentary. For all y'all didn't see it, y'all gotta go watch my documentary, Mr. Chibs. Really on my upbringing, everything. It's a great documentary. Jill Campbell did a great job producing it and everything. But so that's a name. So everywhere I go, no, you can't just call me Chibs if you're not from the hood. Mm-hmm. So if you say Chibs, I'm like, oh, what's up? Right. From New York,
Well, you gave the look too,
yeah.
But Your documentary is absolutely phenomenal and touches on some of the struggles of life. How's it made you a better person?
Oh man, my documentary was hard for me to make, but at the time I had to come out with it. Now I wouldn't have came out with a lot of things on there if my mother was still living, because my mother was real violent. She would have been real like violent or whatever happened. So it's I don't want to talk about. I would like for y'all to watch it if you haven't.
No, I watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Okay.
You know.
It's a strong doc, and with being in New York, playing in different tournaments, and being a coach, you get a lot of these foul coaches and all that. So I was molested. Back, it's out there now. I was molested, and this was a sad day, man. For me. Now that I'm, talking about it, thinking about it, and I think some of my ways, my actions, on how I carry myself and live, it started catching up, and I started living out of order.
Right. You take responsibility for things you've done that you shouldn't have done, but at the same time, I respect the fact that because guys that look like us don't want to have to go through therapy or anything like that.
Yep.
You touched on how important that was and how it helped you get through the entire process.
Yeah, I went to therapy, and I was going once a week. It really helped me. It helped me a great deal. Just the fact that that I was dealing with a lot of demons. I was playing basketball. That was my joy. Get away. That was my joy. But then just realizing about growing and being a good man, being a good husband. 8 kids, 3 wives. My off court was nuts. Back in the days when I was playing. So I had to get grips on myself, and I talked to my therapist, and I still from time to time call her. When things, just to see how she's doing and everything like that, and just to thank God that where I'm at now. I'm so past it now, so I'm able to deal with it in a great way.
And on top of all of that, a couple of years ago, you had a stroke.
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
I believe I read that correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe your dog basically saved your life.
Yeah, Caleb, and that's another thing. Dogs. I didn't really, but I love my dog Caleb. So I got up. Went to the bathroom. My wife was working out, and I fell, and I went blind in one side. And my dog saw that, and he ran to my daughter's room and scratched her door. She ran in, and boom, ambulance, boom, took a shot, boom. I was done. I wasn't done, but if my dog wasn't there, I probably would have been sitting on the floor, laid out for who knows, and probably wouldn't have made it.
Right.
But that was that, and then I was in the hospital for like 3 months, 2 months, 3 months, and then I woke up. It was crazy. I woke up and I was normal, but before then I was going through a lot. I had a stroke, and then they tried to tell me what was wrong, but nobody can figure a stroke out. You just deal with it. So some of my memory is gone. Sometimes the way I speak, I just, might flip out, I'm speaking and I'm like, oh, what is
you laugh. I guess it's okay for me to laugh. I'm trying to keep a straight face.
I know. But that's what it is. That's why I gotta listen and then talk. But because sometimes it's just, I'm off a little bit.
I was reading that when you were coaching, when you initially came back, you got some of the guys' names. So you called dude a different name. It's not funny, but you laugh, man.
These guys, my team, I love my team, but I would mess up names. Woo! I know guys wanted to punch me in my. I was like, hey man, I'm sorry, man. So the names when I coach, I have to keep everything written out. My everyday life, I can just, not have that. But coaching, I have to have. Then before the game, I gotta coach myself in in the coach's room, go over everything, talk, say stuff, and then boom, I'm good. But if I just go out there from scratch, that's not gonna happen.
But that experience, talk about how it made you appreciate life even more so.
Oh man, it made me accept life greatly. You know, I'm just blessed. I'm blessed. You know, I'll say that. You know, I mean that. I'm blessed, and it's just one of those times where you just, you know, I see other people going through hard times and everything like that, and I'm just like, wow, you know, that's really. You won't get me emotional in here, man. So I'm not.
You make fun of me because I cry. I cry all the time.
Yeah,
keep on living, right?
Yeah, you keep living, man. But that was a tough time that I went through with my health and everything for my family, my wife, and anyway, my wife. You know, I've been with my wife 16 years, 20 years all together. She's the best. She's the best in my life. She saved me, but not only saved me. She's a good woman, man. She's a good woman, and I'm just blessed to have her.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding. Okay, on a lighter note, this guy, Natasha, right?
Yeah, Natasha.
Natasha is his wife's name. He marries her. Guess who the DJ is? His ex-wife. Spinderella.
What's going on? What's going on?
Who does that? Who does that? Gotta be a New Yorker.
That's Mr. Chill.
I had to talk her into it. But that's true.
How do you pull that off?
That's Chibs. That's not Kenny. That's Chibs.
That's Chibs. That's not Kenny.
Okay, how did you pull that off?
I didn't pull it off. I asked her. She said, "Yeah, I'll do it." She did it, and we best friends. She's good friends with my wife. It just happened like that. It was real. It was real, man. That's the New York side of me came out. So just go ahead and do it.
Oh,
go ahead and cut it up one time. Come on for me. You know what I'm saying? No, but it was awesome, man. It was awesome. She did a great job, and I'm so happy that I was able to bring them together. My second oldest daughter, Chrissy, is 31, and she's good with my wife. Everybody's good. It's a good clip.
I see. It's great to see. Like you talked about having your father-in-law here, spending time with him having an opportunity to hang out. You know, it's just those are the important things in life.
Yeah, definitely. And then to come up here, you know, Mark Jackson's show, my father-in-law, you know, he's seeing some of the stuff I'm talking about, and he's getting it. He's getting it. I don't know if he knows who I am, you know, as far as basketball. He does, but as far as knowing me, as far as my basketball and my in New York, and you from New York, and you know, so it's good that he's seeing that. That's awesome.
I'll tell him who he is. The whole country, all New Yorkers, sitting up primetime college basketball game. Georgia Tech versus Duke. Want to see Kenny, Mr. Chibs Anderson against Bobby Hurley and the loaded Duke basketball team. He made us proud.
Yeah.
Crossed over behind the back, stepped back, and gave him the business. Had everybody jumping up and down. It had to be special for you. And you had to know
I gave him a Mark Jackson special. My mom was a little quicker. A little. He does all of that back now. I was just like, I was smooth with it.
Yeah. Did you? Was that a planned move or
just instincts. That instincts took over. And that night, I just wanted to beat Duke so bad. And we lost by 1 on the buzzer. So that night, I had one of my best college games ever. You know, it was the Thriller Dome. It was sold out in Atlanta. It was a great game, but we lost by 1. It was tough. But I wanted to win that game. It was just sheer instincts.
And you know, Bobby Hurley was New Jersey.
Yeah.
You were New York City, so it just was two forces colliding, and it became personal.
Yeah, definitely. It was always, because growing up, you know, it was me and him, who's the best point guard. So we didn't play in high school, and I wanted to play in high school, and we never got the chance. So in college, I was like, okay, you know, we're gonna see who got it.
And I say this respectfully because he made it to the league.
Yeah,
He's one of the all-time great college basketball players, point guards.
Yeah.
But it's a different level of skill and talent when it talk about Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, in the lead and everything, it's just huge. He's a great competitor. He won all the championships with St. Anthony's. His father coached him.
Legend.
But when he went to Duke, it was just like it was just I wanted to beat them so bad.
I was reading also. You almost considered going to Georgetown had John Thompson recruited you.
Yeah, I would have liked to go. He didn't recruit me because the Olympics was going on. He told his assistant to come over. I was like, nah, we good. I wanted to sit down.
You wanted
with
to see Big John?
Yeah, all the coaches. So he really didn't want me, and I understand. It's all good. But Dean Smith came to Left Rack City. It was a true story. Left Rack City with Phil 4-4 and the limo and all that. They wanted to rob him.
No.
They was like, they guys in the neighborhood, I'm like, chill out, man. It's crazy. But no, he came, visit me in Left Rack, in Bayheim. I wanted to go to Syracuse. That's it. Personally, I wanted to go to Syracuse. My mother went to the visit to Georgia Tech. I don't know why she didn't go to the visit with me in just Syracuse. I went by myself. It was awesome. I had a great time. Derek Coleman, Sherman Douglas was there, and then he was leaving, and I would have fit right in. But then I went to Atlanta, and my mother, on the way back on the plane, she was like, "You going to Georgia Tech? That's it. Don't say nothing else."
She gave you that look too?
Yep. And I was like, all right. Then I decided to go to Georgia Tech. Because something was, I talk about it now. So they must have gave us some money or something. I didn't see the money, but it's something because I knew how my mom was so adamant at it. She's like, don't say nothing else. You going to Georgia Tech. And that's it.
She got the bag. She got the bag.
You know how we are with our mothers.
Yeah.
So I went to Georgia. I went to Georgia Tech, and then I was like, because I knew Syracuse had Derek Coleman, Billy Owens. I said we was gonna have a bomb squad, but I didn't know Georgia Tech. And then I watched them I said, oh, we're gonna be pretty good. Brian Oliver, Dennis Scott, Malcolm Mackey, Ivano. We had the best freshman class coming in. So it was just all, it all worked out.
And you had a chance to see a guy who's one of the most underrated point guards in the history of the NBA, and Mark Price, prior to you getting there.
Wow, yeah. No, he came, he was first.
Right, prior to you getting there.
Yeah, then Travis Best came after. Yeah.
Yes.
No, he was awesome. And Mark Price was like a dagger. And that's what made me think about Georgia Tech. When I was watching them play against Georgetown on TV. It was Mark Price, Bruce Styripple, John Sally. Hey, Mark Price, man, was nice. He was nice. And I said, then it was Southern hospitality. When I went there, 89 and 91 was just awesome. They took care of us. It was just great living there and everything.
You know, I almost went to Syracuse. I was thinking about going there. I went there on a visit. It was incredible, 30,000 people in the stands. I said, I'm thinking about coming. Jim Boeheim looked at me and said, you shouldn't. I'm saying, why shouldn't I? this is how cold Pearl Washington was. He said, because we got Pearl. Why am I here then? But that's how great Pearl Washington was as a basketball player.
Yeah, he was awesome, man. Pearl Washington was the best. That's my guy, in New York. I looked at all y'all guys, Kenny Smith, Mark Jackson, Pearl Washington, Rod Strickland, but that was the guy in New York, and you always wanted to resemble Pearl with the crossover, the inside change, all that. He had everything, but he couldn't shoot.
No,
he couldn't shoot. So that was the knock on him. But he destroyed everything in New York. He was the man.
Know what else he did in college? Played against Shaquille O'Neal, Stanley Roberts, and Chris Jackson. Later known as Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf with LSU, and absolutely put on a clinic.
That was one of my biggest games. I think that was Sweet 16. You know, we beat Shaq, Stanley Roberts, Chris Jackson. Now,
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Yeah, that was his name. That's his name now. He's well respected. Could shoot the ball, but you know, Carl Brown. You know, that was our defense specialist. We put him on him, he locked him down, and then they let me just run wild. So I was just skating on him, doing my thing. So it was awesome.
One thing I love about him, he has the New York swag and confidence, and he'll let you know just what he's been able to accomplish, but at the same time, gives respect and love to everybody else. So no hate in his DNA at all.
Nah, no hate. I made it, man, so I don't need to hate on anyone. And I was taught this, you know, and I think Vincent Smith, my mentor, my coach Jack Carrot, just work, man. Just work hard and shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and just do the job. And that's one thing Coach Curry did not like, you know, to talk negative about the other team or negative about other players. He would get on you, like if it was in the papers or say anything. He just wanted you to just be a well-rounded individual, and I took that. You know, and I sound kind of crazy just talking about myself sometimes. I get a little, you know, annoyed about that. I just step back, man. I did what I had to do.
You was out in the streets of Left Right. Kenny Smith had to be upstairs at a certain time. Right? You want to act like he No, let's tell the truth, man. Kenny was different.
Yeah, no, he's different because father and mother raised him.
Yes.
I was just with my mother.
Right.
And I'm be keeping 100. You know, our street woman. You know, she was just took care of me as far as eating. What time she told me to be in the apartment, and that was it. And she let Vincent do my basketball and all that. But just different upbringing.
Right.
You know,
Certainly.
Sometimes I stayed in the park till 11 at night. He was up in the terrace, probably like at 9. You know, and that's just real.
Right.
That's just real.
But it's the benefit, and I benefited the same way.
Yeah.
Blessed that both my parents married 40 plus years, and a father there providing and being an example. You had to learn it a different way. Thank God for a guy like your mentor Vincent Smith and others that was there to guide and support you.
Oh man, without Vincent, who knows where I would be just going. You know, now everybody. It was a time where you go to prep schools and stuff. I didn't want to go anywhere. I'm staying in Malloy, so that's where the summer school came in. He was like, you got to go to summer school for Spanish every year. So I said, I'm gonna have to go because I don't want to leave New York, and that's what I did. But it was just we'd be at the Lost Battalion working out for hours. You know, 3:30 to 10. The Lost Battalion would close, but they left it open extra hour for me.
Wow. So
we would be in there just working on game, just working on shooting, layups, left hand, right hand, just talking about life, talking about, school, everything.
There was a time, talking about your Nets days, Derek Coleman was the best power forward in basketball. Just no weaknesses, could shoot the three, could post, could handle, could pass. He had the complete package.
Yeah, Derek Coleman, that's probably, and I always talk about it on Instagram and all, he's the best player I ever played with. Derek Coleman, he power forward. Now, these guys shooting three. He could shoot threes,
right,
but he didn't because it was a different type of game. But left-handed, 6'9", 6'10", dunk on you, passed the ball extremely well. Just was an awesome player and a good person, too.
Now, was you there when they had a dress code? Tell the story.
Yeah, we had a dress code, and Willis Reed was the GM. He was like, how much you gonna find me? I'm gonna write you a blank. I'm gonna leave you a blank check. You fill it in, because I'm not dressing like that. I'm gonna dress the way I want to dress.
He gave the GM a blank check and said, you fill it in. Can't make it up.
You can't make that up. It was crazy back then.
Now, we have a debate.
Yeah.
New school, old school.
Yeah.
Who is the GOAT basketball player in your opinion?
Michael Jordan. Period.
I don't need to laugh at y'all.
I get it. Everybody says LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. The young gonna say the young. My son, LeBron James, because they know they've been. He hasn't seen Michael Jordan.
I've seen Mike. I haven't seen as much Mike as y'all.
Yeah.
Whatever meeting y'all came together and had as y'all generation to say Michael Jordan just never had a mistake made on the basketball court is unbelievable to me. It's closer than what y'all making it seem between LeBron and Michael Jordan. It's closer. It's not?
I say it's not because of the competition level. And I'm not, LeBron is one of the best ever to play the game, but when you run around different teams, play with this guy, play with that guy, Mike never did that. Never did that. He stayed and got Pippen, but other than that, it was just they were good players, but LeBron James, Kobe stayed 20 years with the Lakers. LeBron he's always running around playing with Wade, Chris Bosh, they won, and
Kyrie, Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love.
Can we just time out real quick? Can we not act like Kobe didn't try to make a dream team in Los Angeles? Just because he didn't leave, he tried to make a dream team also. It just didn't work out as smooth.
What's the key word? What'd you say, try?
No, he was successful one time when Pau Gasol was there. You forgot.
Paul Gasol was a star player, but who else? Who else he had?
Bynum was a great player when they won the championship.
Player.
Yes.
When they won the championship.
A great piece.
When they won the championship,
great player.
They stacked that team, and Kobe tried to do it twice. See, y'all making me be on the. I love Kobe, but we got to keep it real. Yeah. He went and tried to get Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash. So we making a narrative about LeBron that I'm spitting right now, y'all. We making a narrative about LeBron that y'all not matching the same energy when it comes to Kobe Bryant.
Here's the problem. It's one answer when you say who is the GOAT basketball player. It's up.
Yeah.
You just answer with that whatever way you want. He gave his answer. He's not disrespecting LeBron or anybody else.
Now I'm gonna tell you. Let's look at the record. He got 6 titles, right? Jordan.
Yeah.
6.
He's 6-0.
6-0. He never lost.
That's true.
Like he never lost.
Then
He lost in the first round. He lost and didn't make it to the playoffs. There was other times
When he was playing baseball, he came back.
He lost other times. Are we just gonna erase every loss with an asterisk?
No, because Boston was beating him down.
Yeah.
With 4 Hall of Famers in the starting lineup.
LeBron lost to KD, Steph, and Clay, and we don't put no asterisk next to it. We just say he lost. So what we doing? I'm spitting, y'all. Give me my prop. Why nobody laughing no more? Yeah, let's laugh it up. LeBron, baby. Welcome to the show, Uncle Kenny.
Yeah, I do that. No, I do that. The errors is different. The errors.
They had to live it. They didn't live it.
Yeah, you didn't.
We was in uniform and had no answers.
Yeah, had no
with some loaded teams.
Yeah, it was loaded, man.
Nah, I feel it. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I'm with you. I think that Jordan and Bron are interchangeable to me.
No, they're not. They're not.
Now, if anybody, you say Kobe might be closest thing to MJ.
You preaching.
You know the funniest thing?
It out.
I got to tell y'all something funny because I was on the phone with my mom's and I was on the phone with her. I was like, she was like, why they coming at you in the comments? Because I had a conversation about LeBron and Jordan. So I'm like, I don't think Jordan is the best player of all time. So she's like, and she don't even watch basketball like that. So I'm like, hold up, why you laughing like that? She's like, who you saying is the best, Kobe? I was like, nah, LeBron. And she started dying laughing on the phone. So I can't lie. Y'all must know something that I don't know. I must be missing something. But I think my GOAT is LeBron. I gotta stamp it like that.
I mean, he's had an incredible run. And it seems like it still has plenty left in the tank. So there's no disrespect to him. You just gotta pick who you believe is the GOAT.
Yeah. Could Michael Jordan go left?
When I guarded him, he went left.
Right.
Come on, I used to get mad after 2 when he switched on. Where the double at? Come on with the double at. Man, that man could do it all, man. That man could do it all. No, he could do it all.
All right.
I told you, I said no weakness.
None.
You might have caught him early on.
And a lot of people say, "Oh, he didn't pass the ball." He's a scorer. He's a two scorer. Scorer. Period.
He was a scorer.
That's and when he did get tripped, he found Jim Paxson. Won the game.
Found Kerr. Found B.J. Armstrong.
And that probably was like 2 assists game. That was.
I thought
That was all he needed.
That's all he needed. Just give me some breathing room.
Yep, that's it.
I feel you.
So it's the end of the discussion?
No, but we talking about, but LeBron James is more, I would put him in like the little Magic a little bit.
Yeah.
That's because he passed, he does it all.
Yeah. Making guys better.
Yeah.
He'll turn down the shot and find an open guy, make the right play.
Jordan shooting that.
Are y'all serious right now? Stop disrespecting LeBron.
No, we respecting him.
Y'all saying he's in the Magic. He's more in the Magic. No, he's in the GOAT conversation also.
There's
y'all
people that believe the Magic's in the GOAT conversation, so we're not disrespecting them.
Yeah, no, Magic is in the GOAT. All right, man. All right. I'm gonna show
talking
respect
to
to
2 point
y'all.
guards. We said Magic. That's the face.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so let me ask you. Let me get your best Jordan story.
Oh, well, when he came back to play, and he wore a jersey number 45, and he played us. It was sold out. It was sold out, and he had I don't even know if his Jordan was in the back of his name. It was 45, and I really don't remember too much of it, but I remember him coming back and played with against us. I don't know if we won the game, but he was an awesome player, man. Yeah. And I remember he came back from playing baseball, and he was ripped. He was ready to play. He was
special. When he came back the first night, he played us in Indiana. The very first night.
Yes, that was. And then he came to Jersey, I believe.
So we warmed down a little. We got the victory. Shout out.
Oh, y'all got the victory?
Yeah. He ain't coming back from baseball. Y'all
had a good team.
We was loaded.
Yeah, y'all was loaded then. But I think we lost it.
Okay.
I think we lost.
No, but think about that. Took a break from basketball, played baseball, came back, and needed a little time to gain a rhythm, but was still the best player in the game.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah, he definitely was special. And that's the year they lost to Orlando, right? And then he started working out on them again, and then he just went on that ride.
How did you like, as far as playing? I know the best coach I ever played for was Rick Pitino. I caught him my first and second year in the league. You got a chance to play for him in Boston.
Oh, he was great. He's a great coach, a great mentor. Motivation. He gets you pumped up, but his practices are hard. He was a good coach, but my favorite coach was Chuck Daly. Chuck Daly, rest in peace.
Great coach.
Yeah, great coach. That's the year I made the All-Star team, 1994. Me and Derek Coleman. He was a great coach. He gave me the car. He gave me the ball. Said, "Run the team." He was a little different coach, but I needed that being in the NBA. Older. I'm older now. I'm running a point guard for the New Jersey Nets. I gotta make a point here. And you gotta make a difference. Practice on time and he just got everything together for me as a pro.
You were actually voted in as a starter.
Yeah.
Which is, that's a different level.
Yeah, that is, and all the haters, the coaches are haters and all that. You can't hate on me. I'm voted on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember that. It was awesome. I got voted on, and me and Derek Coleman. I remember that All-Star because Lenny Wilkins was our coach. He ain't played me.
He didn't
a
play
little bit in the All-Star game. He played me a little bit. So we're gonna bust they when we played him next week. Yeah, it was. Excuse me. He said we're gonna. Yeah, he played. Let him out play up because he was in Cleveland. They had the crew,
right.
Mark Price, Brad Doherty, all of them. But he ain't played me. He played me just enough. So I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Got to be a follow-up question. So what happened when you saw him the following week?
See, that's what I'm trying to. I don't remember, but I think no. I was killing. So You know what? When we get on, I'm gonna look at.
No, just make it up. Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
we beat them by 20. We beat them by 20.
And you had 40.
New York.
Who cares about the facts?
Nobody gonna believe me anyway.
Yeah, he had 40 and 10.
Yeah.
About 20. And Lenny was over there like this. Nothing I can do, guys.
Yeah.
It's special, man. I tell you what, it is absolutely special, and it's awesome to see your growth as a man, your maturity, and you talk from an OG standpoint with wisdom and your impact. I watch you in some footage I was watching. You talk to your coach. Talk to your players.
Yeah.
Passionate, emotion.
Yeah.
It's footage I saw you go back to school in the classroom, begin to almost cry, thinking about how difficult the Spanish class was. But you got emotional. And you keep on living. Yeah. And you reflect on times and good times, bad times, growth, and it'll get you emotional.
Yeah, and then when that's why I love coaching these college kids, because you gotta teach them about life, and not just basketball. Because I was at an NAIA school, division that's like 3rd division, so I don't know if I ever coach a pro. So we're just trying to teach them about life and give them the real. Always be positive, and take care of yourself, and be legit. Never lie, just be legit, and things that can happen for you. I had last year, I feel like 9 guys was on the honor roll for my team. So that was awesome for me, on honor roll. So they all graduating. 4 of them are graduating May 6th. Michael Ashley was, he's from Atlanta. He's an awesome young man. He's graduating this year on May 6th. So I'm happy about that, man. I'm happy.
If you had to pick a starting 5 in today's game?
Wow, in today's game? Oh, I'm going to go with Steph Curry.
Joker?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot him. I don't know how.
I'm trying.
Joker, definitely. Steph, Joker. My 3 would be
Tatum.
Oh yeah, I gotta go with Tatum. I'm a Celtic guy too, and Tatum definitely.
You like Booker or Anthony Edwards at the 2?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I'm going.
That's what I'm talking about.
He might play 1 or 2. He might play 1. Oh, you give me the name. Anthony Edwards is tough. He's tough. He the new lead.
Yeah.
He the new lead. He's balling right now.
That's what I like to hear.
He's a new lead. I'm happy, that I can see the hunger in him in Minnesota. Hopefully he stays there.
The problem I have is I agree. He's that dude and on his way to being one of the faces, if not the face. This guy texts me and says, "It's Jordan 2.0. No, stop that.
It's Jordan 2.0. It's Jordan 2.0.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Exactly.
The dude is 22. Give him a chance. Guess what? Ant Edwards is undefeated in the finals too.
He won 1 series.
Yeah, 1 series.
Yeah, but it's early. He's 22.
Let's see if he gets 6 of them things.
So he's 22. Give him a chance.
Yeah, that's what let's see. Yeah.
He just played great against the Phoenix Suns. He's cooking. He played good.
Played very good.
So who is your all-time starting 5?
My all-time gotta be my all-time. I'm gonna go with.
I don't need to help you with the 2.
Mike Jordan. Yeah, Mike Jordan. But then the all-time, and we didn't talk about him, Tiny Archibald.
See, you a lefty point guard from New York City, so I can see the influence.
That's my guy, man.
Only guy lead the league in scoring and assists in a single season.
You already know. So, and then I'm gonna go. I'm a big Hakeem Olajuwon fan.
Great player.
But then I'm gonna go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. Going with Bird, Magic.
See,
LeBron.
No, I'm not. LeBron.
Wow. See, I'm
he might be on my second 13.
Think about the disrespect you went like this.
Why you gotta wait?
No, he might be on my second 13.
He said second 13.
With these days. So who I got? Tiny.
You can't have Tiny over
Thank
Magic.
you. Thank you. I appreciate
you. No, you can't have Tiny over Magic. I love Tiny.
You said mine.
But I gotta stop now. I gotta stop you. I'm being held accountable.
You be held accountable then. I'm going with Tiny. See, I'm going New York. That's broad.
Okay.
Did you know? Front on us.
Fun fact. Did you know that Tiny
You front on
Archibald?
us though. You gotta keep it home.
Oh, fun fact. Did you know that Tiny Archibald was Sham God's gym teacher in high school? Did you know that? Yes. So then he's getting, the story goes,
this is crazy.
Like Tiny Archibald is giving him suggestions, like how to improve his game. And Sham God was like, you the gym teacher? He didn't know he was Tiny Archibald. He didn't know he was Tiny Archibald. He thought he was Mr. Archibald, just a gym teacher.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that, man. No, you from New York.
You still got to tell the truth.
Stand up.
You still got to tell the truth.
Now, Tiny led the lead in scoring and assists.
Yes. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greats. He's one of the greats.
No, but if I take him out, sometimes I do that. I take him out, I'll put Magic in there.
That's his apology accepted.
I do.
Okay. But what about LeBron, you said?
No, he's like second team.
I don't agree with that. So,
you putting him in?
Yeah, he's on the first team.
He got to be in the first team.
He's on the first team.
At the three?
I don't have your team. He's on the first team.
Oh, okay. The three.
I'm putting LeBron.
I get arguments all the time about this. I'm about to say, where you put Scottie Pippen at?
He's an all-time great. He's.
But where you?
Well, my second best small forward of all time is Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah.
So I got LeBron 1, Larry Bird the second best, and then it's up for debate. I mean, I think the position is loaded. Scottie can fit in. Guys like Grant Hill, if he stayed healthy.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So I mean, Elgin Baylor was great.
Larry Bird, I got to put him in there. He gave me a job, the Pacers.
That's not how we judge it. What are we doing? What are we doing?
That's what I do sometimes. I was in the Pacers because of Larry Bird. So no, you could.
At this rate, we stay another 30 minutes. I'm gonna be on third team. But I'm on the show. You had me on the show once. What are we doing, man? You got what was the job?
I played with the Pacers.
Well,
I played
your
with the
game
Pacers.
got you the job.
No, I know that. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
I got you laughing and all that. I know that. But Larry Bird was the GM at the time. That's my guy, but he's an awesome player. That was just being funny.
Did you play for any bad coaches? I did. I'm not going to name names, but
See, I'm not, why you going to say? Why you going to tell me to name names?
He was about to name names.
I was about to say.
You should have let him jump out the window.
I got one, but I'm not going to say that.
You can't say I got one and not say it.
Nah.
Okay, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, who is it? I feel it in my spirit that you want to say it.
No, I'm not going to say it because I'm just not going to say it.
What team?
The Nets.
What, you about to put the pieces together?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. I'm not going to say that. You say it.
No, I don't know. Oh. No, I'm not going to say that. No.
He played for the Knicks with Willis Reed, I believe.
Oh. Jim Clemens?
No.
So you got to say it now.
Butch Beard.
Oh, Butch Beard. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was learning. He was just coming on.
No, you can't fix it.
The bus already down the street.
He's trying to dress it up.
But he was a good dude, though.
He don't get the call like, how did I wind up saying his name?
Nah, man.
You get comfortable here. That's what we have that type of effect.
Yeah, just rough,
Anything else you want to share?
Nah, man. I'm not sure. I'm just listening.
It's Susan. He was just establishing himself. Oh my goodness, man! No, he was actually a very good player. Wore number 9 for the Knicks when I was a young kid.
Yeah.
And coached the Nets. I think he was in Washington for a minute also.
Yeah, he coached Dallas or something. Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, you just threw him under the bus. Shout out Butch Beard, man.
Because that was when Chuck Daly had he came in. I believe, I don't know, he was a new coach with the Nets, and it was just a little different.
Chuck Daly had a big time wardrobe.
Yeah, I used to love Chuck Daly wardrobe. He used to come in there, Daddy Rich. Mm-hmm. He used to come in there sharp.
Great coach.
Great coach.
Coached the Pistons to the championship, and stellar job. And I remember playing for Pat Riley, and the thing clean, like clean, the wardrobe clean, watch clean. You just like, he's sitting there giving a pregame speech, and you looking at his watch and his wardrobe like, this dude is clean right now, giving him props. When you delivering a message, it's different than the dude that's is getting better every day and growing on him so that you waving off Butch Beard. I mean, I can understand it. I'm serious, man. I'm so glad that you had a late check-in, man. I'm so that we had this opportunity to break bread with you, man, because you. I told him we go way back. It's a late check-in.
No, this was awesome, man. Just coming back to see New York New York great Mark Jackson on this show. This is something I'm always gonna remember. Love being on your show.
But again, if you haven't had the opportunity, make sure to go check out the documentary, Mr. Chibs. It is an incredible watch, incredible testimony, and a story of a true overcomer.
Yes.
And somebody that I'm extremely proud of and honored to have you, not only on the show, but as a guy that spent a lot of time with and watched and certainly appreciate and love. So thank you for everything, man.
No problem. Thank you.
Legend.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Love having you on, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, y'all. We got to keep the lights on real quick. So shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code. They're matching a deposit of up to $100. We appreciate y'all, man.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Mark Jackson Show. Thank Kenny Anderson again, Mr. Chibs, for coming and stopping by. Special shout out. Remember, his mom and my mom, tremendous ambassadors, tremendous love and support. Don't take them for granted. I did the homework. I had the opportunity to spend 20,162 days with my mom before she passed. Make sure you get an opportunity to tell somebody you love them, how you value them, and how much they mean to you. It could be the last time. Blessings.